G'day, I'm just going to run through my program that I've done. So we'll start off up the top. I've got my includes. So by default we've got the splash kit as well as the custom include, which is the terminal user inputs. That'll be passing all my strings, doubles, all that kind of stuff. I've also added the string down here. Because I will be using the cast to string further down in my code, which is also why I've got using namespace std. Alright, so moving through my code, I have a lovely little, this is my display menu in here. I'm setting my variable whilst displaying my menu. It's a pretty simple structure using right lines. Very self-explanatory. Coming down into the results, I'm going to be reading in an integer. It's going to basically be asking the user to select an option. I've also got it as a ranged integer, so the minimum number that the user can enter is a 1 and the maximum is a 3, as per my notes. So that's the display menu. Moving down, we've got some more calculation stuff going on here. So because I'm not actually requiring anything to be returned, I'm just using a void, and then just going to be writing directly out to the screen. So to do that, setting up a double variable, the results in this case, telling the user kilograms to pounds, nice and simple. Then I'm going to be going to my function that's in my include, which is read double. It's going to be prompting the user to enter in a value. That's going to be a double. Then there's going to be the calculation down here, how to actually convert kilograms into pounds, and that's pretty much going to be printed out to the user. Once that's complete, correction, I'll just keep going on what these other functions are. Then we have another void one, pounds to kilos. Again, using the double results, writing lines to the user so the user knows what's going on. Pounds to kilograms, pretty simple. Again, using the read double again. The only thing that's really different between this one and the kilos to pounds is the equation just here. Alright, again, so once that worked it out, it'll print it out to the user. I did this function really just because I didn't really need it. It just makes it look neater, I guess. For bigger programs, if there was multiple ways to quit out, I thought I'd just use this. And it was basically a chance to do this referencing side of things, so I could use a result elsewhere, which I thought was pretty cool. Anyway, so it just basically says, yep, thank you, goodbye, and then it returns a boolean value, which will break out of the main program, which I'm going into now. So this is my main program loop basically. So we start off in here, int main as per normal. Here I'm setting my variables at the start. So int is going to be, menu underscore result is going to return an int, and is running is a boolean. This is my game program loop condition, I guess. Hence the while loop here. So is running, I've already said it's a true, so it'll go through at least once. I'm calling a function here, display menu. It'll basically spit out the response and return the int value in here, which we'll be using for our switch below. Going down through our switch, depending on what the user selected in the menu, we've either got a 1, 2, or 3. So since it can only be set to 1, 2, or 3, I just cut the case 3 out and use default, because it's already been controlled previously. Alright, so it's very simple, it's very neat. You can see exactly what's going on here. If the user selects 1, it's going to go to the function kilo to pounds, which I just briefed before. Once it's finished that, it's just going to break out and then retest the condition again. Again with pounds to kgs, same. If the user presses 3, it'll drop down into the default, which will run the quit program function, which basically sets my is running to false. So it'll go down, changes to false, and then it'll drop straight out into my quit. It's not graceful, but it did the trick. All right, thank you.